Amanda, aside from answering the same questions over and over and over again, how is your day going today?
It's going great. It's going no complaints. Yourself?
Fine, thank you, because I'm speaking with royalty.
Royalty.
Yeah, I mean, Silicon Valley in this household, we may or may not have named our Wi-Fi network after something from the show. So thank you.
I love it. I love
for the
it.
years of great entertainment. This new movie, when did you actually film it? I couldn't figure that out online.
We filmed it last year, this time last year.
It's cool to see you being in something more thriller oriented. Was a lot more prep needed for this role?
You know, I've done quite a few horror and thriller movies in my career. And so I think I have kind of like a foundation that I can rely on to jump in that's usually the same. And so there's always prep, but not an insane prep. Don't like to over prep.
Is there a lot of Ellie in the real Amanda?
I mean, I'm not a mom. However, Ellie as a mother is like maybe if I were to be a mom, my fantasy of being a mom of just like, I really appreciate, I mean, she's messy. She's a messy mom. And that's what I really loved about her. And I think Roxanne Benjamin, who's the director, did such a great job of creating a lot of layers to her, because she didn't want it to be kind of your stereotypical mom who's perfect and she's the doting mom and she's got it all together. It's just like very messy and kind of in a period of, you know what, they're old enough and they can take care of themselves. And I've been taking care of them for years. So it's now time. This weekend is for me. And the whole shoot, I just kept being like, mommy needs her mommy juice. It's mommy's time. This is mommy's vacation. So that was really fun for me to live out that life. So I don't know if that's like me, but I think there's elements of me in that, maybe.
Got it. Is there still a group thread from the cast that goes on this film?
Yeah, we got really, really close and bonded over, you know, shooting any kind of film. There's always highs and I don't want to say lows, but just it's so much to make a movie. Like there's always complications and stuff, and you usually trauma bond over something, and just like late hours, you know, you're filming at 2 a.m. It's like freezing cold outside. And it's like, even that is kind of like traumatic. You're just like, we're in this together. But the hotel we stayed at was a little bit traumatic. There was just like some complications with the hotel. So we really bonded over, you know, the horrors that were happening in there.
Every city seems to have that scary hotel. Like one time I did a press trip in Oklahoma City and they said, so where are you staying? And I said, the Skirvin. And they went, oh, NBA teams won't stay there because they're afraid that it's haunted. Was it a haunted hotel? And if you want to move to the next topic, we move there.
No, I don't know if it was haunted, but like, I mean, my lights, all of my power went out on one side of it, like all the lights and everything. So I don't know if that was electrical or ghosts. But there was things like that going on. So it's just kind of like, there always felt like there was something like my shower had like jets in it and they just turned on one night. Like I was just like sleeping and it's just like, so that scared the shit out of me. So yeah, there was stuff happening. It was just, everyone kind of had a story every day of like, this happened in my room. So I guess, yeah, maybe haunted.
Electrical ghosts, if not. Okay, cool. So another cool movie in your filmography is Chokeslam. And I say that because you preceded Glow, the phenomenon of Glow, by doing that film. And I'd have to imagine that that was the most intensive role that you've had to prep for, because there's a script to learn, getting in shape, learning all the wrestling move in vernacular. Am I right about that?
Yeah, no, it was like physically demanding. I knew that I wanted to do my own stunts for that. And Chelsea Green was kind of my stunt double and also taught me wrestling. She's an incredible wrestler, pro wrestler, still is. And she was amazing. And so I did a lot of like leading up to it, a lot of weight training so that I knew I didn't want to get hurt. And I'm like a little feather in the wind right now. And so I wanted to make sure that I was sturdy and solid and would be able to do all of that without hurting myself. And I was successful in that. But yeah, it was the most I've ever kind of prepped in a physical way for a film, but it was a really rewarding process and helped me kind of engage in the role through a different, usually it's through the emotions and the words and everything, but there's this physicality involved there that was this doorway into a character that I've never fully experienced before. That was really fun. I'd love to do something like that again, for sure.
Cool. So this new film is not the last thing that you filmed. Are you allowed to say what's next? Or are you under the Hollywood Reporter embargoes and all that?
No, I am not. I filmed another movie last year called Some Other Woman, that Joel David Moore directed. Tom Felton and Ashley Greene are in it. And it's like a psychological thriller. And I'm really excited for that one because it was thematically a story that really resonated with me and was kind of therapeutic to kind of really explore some of these themes emotionally that I had personally been going through years before, and to kind of like take what my experience had been and channel it through this character. She's another messy one.
So what I'm learning here is there's not an archetype Amanda Crew role, because we see you doing the deadpan on Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
There's the choke slam. Yeah, she could do the physical stuff and be intense. There's the thriller stuff. Is this where you want to be, where it's kind of like, hey, I'll do that role? Or do we eventually see you trying to do one specific role over and over and over again by choice?
Yeah, no, I don't think I could ever do just one thing forever because I get bored really easy. And that's what I love about acting, is you just get to explore so many different aspects of it. It's always yourself coming through. And so it's like also like therapy, like you're discovering these different parts about yourself that you didn't know existed. And so I've been just so lucky that over my career, I've gotten to play so many different types of characters, and I try not to limit myself to one thing, and have just been fortunate enough to get those opportunities.
The last question before I let you go, do you have a TV recommendation, a show that the wife and I should start watching? Because we need something new now that we finally finished Atlanta.
Ooh. Did you watch Station 11?
No. Is that the recommendation?
That show, wow. I know it got like some nominations, but to me, it's like the best show I've seen in years. Like the themes, but also the performances, the world, like it's so incredible. And I don't think it got enough attention. Mackenzie Davis is the lead in that, and she's incredible. Like I think I was just so wowed by her, but the whole world, everything, it's a little triggering too, because it's kind of about like a pandemic. But the book it's based off a book that was like written 10 years ago. And they started filming it before the pandemic hit, and they ended up finishing it, during the pandemic. But it's just like, so like all of it's just very like cosmic. It's wild. But I highly recommend that one.
Paltrocast.